Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. Arizona and Wisconsin certify the election results. Iowa, now the worst place in the country for COVID. Governors tell folks to stay home this Christmas. Californians purchase guns in record numbers. A majority of millennials now unhappy with democracy. Also ahead, Oregon decriminalizes hard drugs. The kids will suffer. But first, officials in Wisconsin and Arizona confirming Joe Biden's win in both states. Republican Governor Doug Ducey in Phoenix authorizing 11 electoral votes for the former vice president when the Electoral College meets later this month. President Trump's response, quote, "Why is he, the governor, rushing to put a Democrat in office," unquote. Iowa now witnessing more than 2,000 cases of COVID every day, making the Hawkeye State the worst place in the USA for new infections. 250,000 Iowans have contracted the disease since early March, out of a total population of just 3 million. Positivity rates there now hovering about 20%. Governors in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Nevada telling citizens to stay home this Christmas. Health experts say any gathering of more than 8 can quickly turn into a super spreader event. Officials urge families to form a, quote, COVID bubble, isolating for at least 2 weeks before December 25th. Folks in California buying firearms in record numbers. Roughly 200,000 residents have purchased guns since COVID began in March. The most common reason for first-time buyers is chaos. COVID, anti-police protests, rising crime, and the region's out-of-control homeless crisis. New study from Cambridge and Oxford universities in England says 55% of young folks are dissatisfied living in a democracy. The questionnaire is collected annually from more than 5 million people in 65 countries. The response, the lowest ever recorded since the colleges started surveying people on democracy back in 1973. Are young people getting dumber? Could be. Plenty of dumbness in Oregon on the drug front. Right back with that. Hey, I got a crash course into home title theft because one of my friends experienced it. And I hope you are praying this never happens to you because it can ruin you financially. Here's how the crime happens. The legal titles to our homes are kept online where they can be hacked. A cyber thief can find your home's title, forge your signature on a quit claim deed stating you sold your home to him or her. Then the thief takes out loans against your home until your equity is gone. You won't even know until the collection company calls, pour in. You're not protected by insurance, your bank, or common identity theft programs. Home Title Lock does protect you. And in the unlikely event you become a victim of title theft while a member, Home Title Lock will spend up to $250,000 in legal fees to help restore your home's title. So please go to HometitleLock.com, register your address to see if you're already a victim. Then use code RADIO for 30 free days of protection. That's code RADIO at HometitleLock.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Oregon voters making a huge mistake. The state pretty much saying narcotics just fine. Voters in Oregon approved Measure 110 on Election Day, with 56% of the vote. So beginning on February 1st, Oregon becomes the first state to remove criminal penalties for small amounts of hard drugs. Here's the deal. Heroin, methamphetamine, LSD, methadone, cocaine, crack, there's no penalty. Well, if they catch you with some of those drugs, you can be fined, but that's not going to happen in most places. The cops are not going to haul you in. They're not going to bother with narcotics possession at all in Oregon. So what the heck is going on? Well, if you have been to Portland, the largest city in the state, and you've walked around, you know that Pioneer Square has been littered with narcotics and drug addicts for decades. They sit there and they use drugs openly, and nothing happens to them. So, Multnomah County, which dominates Oregon, basically has said years ago, we don't really care whether people use drugs in public. So what are the unintended consequences of this? Well, number one, Portland's a dangerous place. You have panhandling, you have mugging because people need money to buy narcotics. Number two, and this is the biggest one, children will suffer. It is estimated by child advocates that up to 70% of all child abuse and neglect is caused by substance abusers. Parents who are addicted to drugs and alcohol abuse their children, and the kids have no recourse. So now it'll be easier to do that because the parents can legally possess hard drugs in Oregon. And how about the homeless? Who do you think these people are? Sitting around, taking up public space, transmitting disease. Who do you think they are? They're drug addicts. If you're addicted to heroin or meth or cocaine, you cannot work. You cannot make a living. So all of us, the people who are working, pay for this. Who do you think pays all of the social services for the addicted? We do. We do. And what about public safety? AIDS is spread by shared needles. You think that's going to subside in Oregon? This is insane. Mandatory drug rehabilitation is the answer to this problem. Mandatory. You must go, or you're incarcerated. Not do whatever you want. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by writing it. Disagree? Please contact me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. Also, my book, Killing Crazy Horse, makes a great Christmas gift. In a moment, something you might not know. Investors, are you seeking steady cash flow, ready to diversify? Have you considered a proven real estate investment fund? NRIA is one of the nation's leading realty specialists and offers 10% annualized monthly payouts, with bonuses targeted to 21%. That's right, you could receive steady 10% return monthly payments with bonuses. You know, they specialize in realty investing done right. Even use your 401k or IRA to invest. NRIA's 15-year track record and $1.2 billion in new construction development backs you. So learn how you can invest in this hard asset real estate cash flow fund today and receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses. This is something savvy investors should research and consider. Please call now, 201-210-2727, 201-210-2727, or visit nria.net.
An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The holiday season is here, busiest time of the year for the U.S. economy when millions of Americans shell out major bucks to purchase gifts. Despite the pandemic, economists forecast total U.S. retail sales will actually increase 4% this year, making it the first season to top $1 trillion in total. According to recent polling, the average American will spend between $800 and $1,000 on presents between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, compared to just $200 on gifts during the rest of the year. Here now the hottest items to put under the tree this Christmas. For adults, it's all about technology, so-called smart home items like thermostats, remote cameras, tablets, wireless earbuds. While those may generate the most money, the biggest seller per unit is gift cards. For kids, it's all about video games. The sale of consoles, games, merchandise generated $43 billion last year alone, with more than a third of sales occurring during the holiday season. The most wonderful time of the year typically creates 200,000 jobs. That figure will drop dramatically this year as department stores, specialty shops, even UPS, FedEx, and Uber are reporting big declines heading into December. For those on a budget, buyer beware. A majority of Americans used their credit cards to purchase gifts last year, racking up thousands in debt. Studies show more than 20% of Americans incurred major deficits during the holiday season, and 22% blame their negative credit score on buying Christmas gifts. And here's something else you might not know. Despite being labeled the most wonderful time of the year, the Christmas season is also ranked as the most stressful. When asked what part of the holidays Americans dislike, 23% said they hated seeing their own relatives. The 20% complained about picking up the right gifts, while 25% said the worst part of the holiday was not having enough money to actually buy presents. Back after this. Did you know thousands of animals are abandoned in the wilderness and need our help? I have partnered up with Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill care for life animal sanctuary in the world. I recently donated $10,000 to them. Unlike most others, Delta Rescue does not spay pregnant dogs or cats. Delta Rescue allows all moms to have their litters, and they care for the entire family for life. Founded by actor Leo Grillo, Delta Animal Sanctuary is one of a kind. Trained attendants look after each animal, providing them with water, treats, toys, and affection. So please support Delta Rescue and put your legacy to work. Each life-giving gift helps Delta fulfill their mission. Request a free estate planning package at deltarescue.org/bill. For a limited time, watch The Rescuer for free, only at deltarescue.org/bill. The Rescuer is an award-winning documentary about Grillo's rescue of a family of dogs abandoned in the wild. deltarescue.org/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.